Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Robyn Zimmerman. Coming to us from Zoom is Steve Gaito. He's a certified financial planner. He's a partner with us at WHHI-TV. It's so good to see you again, back from your 7-day cruise to Alaska.
Yeah, that was a great time. It was beautiful up there.
And you said there are a lot of retirees on the ship, and you talked a lot about their retirements, right?
It's amazing the research that I was able to do. I wonder if I can write it off my taxes now.
Right.
But having those conversations with people on the ship coming from all across the country, Alaska cruise is one of those bucket list things for a lot of them. Some of them were professional cruisers. They had these necklaces on that had all these different badges and everything, and they knew the lay of the land. It took me a couple days to get used to it, but riding in the elevator, I'd simply ask, where are you from, and why are you here? And, oh, we're in retirement. I retired a couple years ago, and I've always wanted to see Alaska.
Did you find that most of them were big travelers and had, in their planning for retirement, had kind of carved out the money for that to continue to travel through their retirement?
It was a mix. There were some that, this was obviously not their first time, and there were some that it was. And those first time ones were still a little apprehensive about, what they're going to be charged for. And you can see them at the lines and, whether or not they want to spend the money.
Right.
And probably because they didn't budget adequately for it.
All right, so then let's talk about planning. And you were saying there are kind of 3 phases of retirement: go, slow go, or no go.
That's right. And most of these folks were in the go phase. I mean, they were fast to line to get on the excursions. They were, very active on the ship and really enjoying, what was available to them. There were a few that were in the slow go, and there were 1 or 2 that probably should have been in the no go. They were being wheeled around by their assistant, and it must have been something that was important to them, because it's not cheap to do a trip like that. But those that were real comfortable, it was obviously planned for it.
So is your advice to have like a separate savings account, if you will, for travel?
I love that idea. In fact, most of the planning I do, if people plan on traveling, that will be one of the budget items we put in there. And so it gets earmarked every single month to go into that account. I've got some that, it's $5,000 a year. I've got one client that spends over $100,000 a year because he wants to take his grandkids and grandkids on amazing trips while he's still alive. Wow.
So yes, it's really about putting that plan together. That's and I guess for some people, travel is really not in their strategy for their future, right?
Yeah, I have some that they traveled a lot for work, and the last thing they want to do is get on another plane or something.
Yeah, right. So any other lessons you learned from your wonderful cruise? And I know it was kind of an anniversary gift to you and Madeline. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
But anything else you took away from your trip, Steve?
Well, the big takeaway is that it is an exciting time. And if you budgeted, enjoy it to its fullest. And that's where the planning piece really comes in. If you've got a budget for, expenditures while you're on your trip, it's a whole lot easier to, use that credit card and pay for what you want. But what you want to avoid is not planning and getting home and having that big bill that's unexpected that you got to pay for it later on.
Right. And you said you visited 48 of the 50 states. Are you going to plan on, what are the 2 states you haven't visited?
North and South Dakota. I look forward to going to South Dakota. I'm not really sure what there is available. And funny, on the ship, I was talking about that, and there was one guy, he said, yeah, I've been to 49 of the 50 states. And I said, which one haven't you been to? He goes, North Dakota. So they need to do a little bit more marketing there and build a theme park or something.
Right. Well, welcome home, and it's great to have you back with us on Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next month. Steve Gaito, who is a certified financial planner. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.